Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Arsenal Save, and hope you had a fantastic weekend catching up with all the episodes that you've missed. We have had a lot of content coming down on the channel recently, so thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for the continued watching of all the stuff that's coming down. Two really good games on the last episode. Silverware in the bag as well with the win against Southampton in the Carabao Cup, and we are leading in the first leg of the Champions League against Juventus. 2-1, 2 away goals. Really important for us. Lamar and Coutinho there with the goals. Today, we're going to bring you Tottenham in the FA Cup 5th round replay. Hopefully, find out who we're going to get in the next round if we get through. And then we'll bring you the second leg of the Champions League knockout round. And in between, we've got a few games there which will bring you all the results and stuff of what happened from then until the Juventus game. But let's get straight into it. North London derby. I think it's the third one of the season so far. And let's see who's going to start in the lineup for the first game. Here is the team. First full team out. First full team that's going to go out. Got Oblak in goal. Kolasinac, Romagnoli, Laporte and Kimmich at the back. Goretzka and Tolisso in the middle. We've got Lamar and Nelson on the wings. Coutinho in behind Lacazette. On the bench, Mustafi, Bellerin, Alenia, Ramsey, Iwobi, Kluivert and Timo Werner. We've got a really good, strong squad now. Lots of the players that were injured at the start of the season are now back. And hopefully we'll get this game underway and win this game. Who have Tottenham got in their squad? Again, there's a bit of a rotation for them. They've got Lloris in goal, Rahman, Ogini, Engels and Trippier in the back line, Sanchez and Anoma in the middle of midfield, Edwards on the left, Sissoko on the right, Ali in behind Lee Griffiths. On the bench, Fernandez, Vinks, Guidetti, Wanyama, Davis and Roles. So bit of a not a first team for Tottenham, but they have lost the likes of Harry Kane to City, to be fair. So it probably is one of their strongest lineups that they can put out. So let's get passionate, have faith in these guys to go out there away from home in New White Hart Lane and do the business. It is a derby. Personally look forward to this one. There's been a real buzz around the training ground. Now we've got to go out there and put on a show. Bernard is absent from Tottenham. He had a really good game in the first tie. I'm just focusing on what we can do rather than what they can do. And we're going to kick off and we get this game underway. 10 minutes, well, into the 10th minute, Coutinho into Nelson. We're going to get the ball out to Goretzka. Can he take his time? Yes, he can. Lamar's there, and a little bit more composure needed from the Frenchman there. Really good opportunity. Great through ball from Goretzka, and Lamar should be putting that one away. Second highlight, coming into 20 minutes now. And Goretzka's gone through Griffiths. Is he going to be in trouble? Yes, he is. Leon Goretzka's been sent off. Let's see this in 3D. Griffiths, yeah, he's lunged in there. That's a horrendous tackle from Leon Goretzka. And we're going to go down to 10 men with about, what's that, 70 minutes left of the game. Horrendous tackle. Not really like Goretzka to go in there like that. Can we bring Coutinho back there and put... we might do this, I think. We're going to keep Tolisso on the deep line playmaker role. Coutinho keep him further forward. We're going to come off control and go to standard. And I think that is all we're going to do for now. But we're down to 10 men, 70 minutes to play. Tottenham, Griffiths getting the ball in into Edwards, but that's deflected wide. And Nelson's going to pick the ball up. I thought it might have been a penalty. Nelson's going to drive forward, use that pace into Alexander Lacazette. Takes the man on the outside. Can he get the ball in? No, it's a poor touch from the Frenchman. He gets it back. Coutinho's there. Coutinho scores. Ogini held the ball up a little bit too long. Lacazette snapped at his heels and gets the ball into Philippe Coutinho. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Nelson leading the break. Lacazette pushing it wide, but... thought he'd lost the ball there, but Ogini doesn't get the ball clear, and Coutinho just puts the ball away. 1-0 to Arsenal, down to 10 men as I said, and hopefully we can hang on. Yeah, a little bit of a pause in my commentary there, because I thought we gave away a penalty before Reiss Nelson launched the counter-attack forward, but it wasn't a penalty. Nelson just couldn't, no one just went to the ball, unfortunately. So we're coming into the final 5 minutes now of the first half. We seem to be playing particularly well today. Goretzka with a red card. He's going to be suspended for a few games, I feel, probably at least 2, maybe even 3, because it was a horrendous tackle. Going to go into the dressing room, keep it calm, I think. Come on, lads, we're a man down. We can still get a result here. Let's go out there and do the business, and then go assertive. You weren't too bad. Go out there and do the business in the second half. This Tottenham team, I think, even though we're down to 10 men, is there for us to beat. Let's start this second half. Highlight for us though, just after half-time, Tolisso in that deep-lying playmaker role. That's a poor pass for Kolasinac. Again, the composure not really there from us today. Probably the only thing that's really let us down in this North London derby. Babarama down to Edwards, but it's a poor pass from him. Coutinho getting the ball through into Lacazette. One-on-one with his French teammate, but Lloris stands strong yet again. Lloris has really had the beating of Lacazette in the couple of games that we've played against Spurs. Lamar whipping that ball in, trying to find Laporte at the near post, but Renato Sanchez is going to bring it clear. Really driving forward the Portuguese midfielder into Edwards, out to Sissoko. Sissoko's going to drive forward, but Oblak is there. Really comfortable save from Oblak. Coming up to the final 20-25 minutes now, really, and we're going to make some changes just after this highlight. Lamar going to whip that ball in into Romagnoli. Romagnoli's there. It's a good header from the Italian, but Lloris standing strong yet again. Coutinho whipping the ball in into Lacazette, into Romagnoli, but a penalty's been given. Lacazette was brought down, and he's going to take the penalty. 8 minutes to go. Lacazette with a chance to take it 2-0, and he puts it away. Lacazette scoring a goal, finally against Lloris after 2 games against him. Really, Lloris coming out on top. Lacazette drilling the ball in the bottom right-hand corner. 2-0 to Arsenal. Looks like we're through to the 6th round of the FA Cup. Final 10 seconds now. We're playing the ball out from the back. Kimmich going all the way back to Oblak. Coming into the final few seconds. Tolisso out to Clive. Picked up a little bit of knock, and that is it. The referee's blown for full time. Tottenham 0, Arsenal 2, and we are through to the 6th round of the FA Cup. Philippe Coutinho with the player of the match. 8.1 for him. Fantastic to see him coming back into form since he's back into the side. Very happy where you played. Carry on with where you're doing that. And as I said, we've got a few games to play. We will catch you up on those when we come back. And we will be playing Barnsley in the 6th round of the FA Cup. That will come in a few games' time. And a chance to play our reserve team just so we just keep it fresh. Keep the players fresh, keep the squad fresh. Goretzka's banned for 1 match, so I'm not going to appeal it purely because it was a horrendous tackle from him. Coutinho playing well, and I'll be back with a roundup of the Watford, Huddersfield and Sunderland games before we get into Juventus. So as you can see, we've played the 3 games, Watford, Huddersfield and Sunderland. 2 wins and a draw. So Watford, great win, 4-0 away from home, but big news. Jan Oblak picked up an injury in the 93rd minute, and he's out now for another about 5 weeks with a broken lower arm, which is not the best. But we do have Petr Cech in stand-in for him, so that's not too bad. Tolisso, Lacazette with 2, Reece Nelson with the 4th. Pretty much game over after the first half, really, to be fair. Reece Nelson, 9.1 for the Wonder Kid. Fantastic to see him with a really good rating. We then followed that up with a 2-0 home win against Huddersfield. Lacazette with a brace. 3rd minute and 51st minute. And as you can see, some very good all-round play. But Thomas Lemar, 8.4. Lacazette with an 8.8. Defence played really well. Cech, first game back, 7.0. So good to see him still keeping the clean sheets, which is nice. And then we played a highly rotated side against Sunderland and a dreadful 2-2 draw. Berardi with 2 penalties, as you can see, and then Kamara Abubakar with 2 goals, one in the 82nd and 86th minute. Caught us napping, really, and as you can see, highly rotated side just to make things fresh for this Champions League tie. And yeah, all in all, not the best of games to come back into, but that does leave us 17 points clear. All the games are exactly equal, which is great. So 17 points clear of United and 19 points clear of Chelsea. So we should wrap up the Premier League pretty quickly. Lacazette, 28 goals for the season so far, which is an absolute phenomenal amount. And then Thomas Lemar, 17 assists and a 7.72 average rating, only 2nd behind Eden Hazard. We do have a new goalkeeper in our squad, as you can see here. His name is Oli Bodic. He's 18 years old. Stats are very good. I've been keeping him tutoring with Petr Cech and with Jan Oblak, and his stats seem to be going up, which is really good to see. He's 1.5 star at the minute, can go up to 3.5 star, which will be really good. Good backup, not going to be playing that many games. He's just going to be here until Jan Oblak is back in the sticks. This is going to be our starting lineup for this game. And again, it's the full first team, apart from Petr Cech in goal. And we've got Kolasinac, Romagnoli, Laporte and Kimmich, Goretzka and Tolisso, Lamar, Nelson, Coutinho and Lacazette. You could probably name that first team pretty much all by yourself by now. Let's get into it. We are 2-1 up against Juventus after the first leg. So we are 2 away goals. So we, again, just need to keep scoring goals, keep doing what we do, and hopefully they tire. So they've got Szczesny in goal, Chiellini, Rugani, and Jose Jimenez at the back. They've got Alexandro and Spinazzola on the wings. They've got Sami Khedira and Milan Pjanic in the middle of midfield. Pavon on the left, Dybala on the right, and Gonzalo Higuain up top. On the bench, people like Bentancur, Kovalenko, Douglas Costa, really attacking switches that can be made if they need to. Highlight for them, Chiellini with a massive throw, and Cech is going to deal with that all day long. He's seen them in his very long career, and Kolasinac now bowls the ball out to him, and Lamar is going to take on his man down the right hand side, finds Coutinho in the middle. Is it going to be an early start for this Arsenal side? Nelson on the wing, can he whip the ball in? Yes he can, and Lamar's at the back post, and that is 1-0 to Arsenal after a minute. It came from their throw-in, the Chiellini long throw-in, which Cech dealt with really, really well, and he just bowled the ball out to Kolasinac on the left hand side. Coutinho now down the right hand side to Nelson, and Nelson just takes his time, chips the ball in the back post. Thomas Lamar from 2 yards out isn't going to miss that. 1-0 to Arsenal, 3-1 on aggregate. Fantastic start, loving that. Thank you very much, Thomas Lamar and Reiss Nelson, for settling the nerves a little bit. Got a sweaty palms, really, to be fair. Jimenez has got an injury, picked up a little bit of a knock, and Dybala only on around about 70% as well, so not looking great for them. Kolasinac now into Coutinho, and we're going to bowl the ball out all the way over to Nelson. Nelson got the beating of Alexandro down that right hand side. Tolisso now is going to try and find that young Englishman again. Can he get the ball in yet again? But no, Alexandro, good tackle on him there, and he's going to get the ball clear. But Talisso's there to get the ball back in. Coutinho one-on-one, but Szczesny makes the save. Good start from this Arsenal side. 20 minutes in to this tie. The dodgy rollout there from Szczesny. Romagnoli, great header against Gonzalo Higuain. Dybala now picking up the ball in the middle of midfield, and that's a lovely ball over the top. Can Kimmich get there? No, he can't. And Pavon's hit the post, and we get the ball clear. That's a lucky escape. We've hit the post. Cech beaten, I think, at the near post. If it was on target, it would have gone in. Goretzka gets the ball out. Rugani and Lacazette doing his defensive duties there, and he's going to get the ball clear up to Reiss Nelson. Reiss Nelson, lovely turn on a sixpence, but again, gets tackled. Spinazzola again. Out to Jimenez, into Pjanic. Good little triangles here from Juve. Good football, but we get the ball away from them. Coutinho sets Lamar away. Can he get the ball in again? Lamar into the back post to Tolisso, and that is 2-0 to Arsenal. Lamar really showing his quality here. 2 goals, 2 assists for goal and assist, for Thomas Lamar. Puts us 4-1 up on aggregate. 2-0 on the night. 22 minutes gone. Lamar absolutely drilling down that left-hand side. Whipping the ball in. Tolisso on a box-to-box midfielder roll. Heads the ball home. 2-0 to Arsenal. 4-1 on aggregate. And looks like we're going through to the Champions League quarter-finals. Highlight yet again. Half an hour mark. Kimmich, but a poor throw-in into Coutinho, and Pavon finds Higuain, but Kolasinac puts through Lacazette, and Lacazette puts that in. Good save by Szczesny first time round. It was a poor pass by Pavon, or was it Higuain? It was a poor pass by Higuain going across the field. Kolasinac cuts that ball out. First time pass through to Lacazette. Player keeping him on. Should have scored the first time, but he scores the second time. 3-0 to Arsenal. 5-1 on aggregate just after the half-hour mark. And I am going to say it now. Game over. Just before half-time, about 5 minutes or so, Kolasinac receiving the ball from Petr Cech, and this left-hand side has been absolutely devastating for us today. Tolisso into Coutinho. It's a little bit behind him, and I think Pjanic gets the ball off him. Pavon now down the left-hand side. Can he make amends for that mistake for our 3rd goal? Chiellini now down this left-hand side. Gets the ball to Alexandro, into Pavon. Pavon now driving forward, takes a shot, trying to make amends, but doesn't really kind of make Cech work at all. That'll see us to half-time. 3-0 up on the night. 5-1 on aggregate. Lamar, Tolisso and Lacazette all scoring the goals, putting us in the driving seat for this one. So we're going to start the second half and go straight back out there. 3-0 on the night. 5-1 on aggregate. And then after this, we'll bring you the Champions League draw. Well, I think us and the game against Madrid and Benfica is the last 2 games of the round. So we will see who we get in the next round of the Champions League. And then we'll see when we're going to come back. Kimmich now, 10 minutes into the second half. Coutinho whipping the ball into Kolasinac, whipping the ball into Lacazette. Nelson back out to Kimmich. Good fast play. Good tempo here. Lacazette through. Lacazette hits the post and Rugani gets that ball clear. Really good tempo to our play so far. Snappy passing, which is what we like to see. Tolisso running that midfield on a 7.7, making Pjanic work for his money today. Lacazette into the middle, but it is a penalty. Not quite sure. Spinazzola trips Reece Nelson. Lacazette's going to step up against Szczesny, against his old club. Can Lacazette send the pole the wrong way? Yes, he can. Lovely finish from Lacazette. 4-1 on the night, 4-0 on the night, 6-1 on aggregate. 25 minutes to go, and I think I might make some changes just to rest a few players going into the latter half of the season. Lovely finish there by Lacazette. But it's a highlight straight after our goal. Is it going to be for us or is it going to be for them? We've really ripped this Juventus team apart, especially in the first half. First half an hour, we were unplayable. Higuain going to find Pavon down that left-hand side, and he gets the goal back pretty much straight away. 4-1 now on the night, 6-2 on aggregate, but they now need to score 5 more goals. So it needs to be 6-4 to Juventus on the night to get them anywhere near. Higuain, I think Kimmich just kind of switched off there, to be fair, and it's 4-1 now. Pavon scoring the goal for them. Tolisso and Kimmich. Kimmich was on a yellow card, so I've brought him off for Bellerin, and Ramsey's come on for Tolisso in the middle. Tolisso's played a lot of football recently. Bentancur with a free kick to Juve. Get the ball in. Spinazzola, it's a pinball wizard in the middle. Head tennis. Spinazzola, lovely tackle there by Bellerin, and gets the ball forward to Reece Nelson. He's just going to absolutely burn down that right-hand side. Lovely pace, but Alex Sandro is there, matches him stride for stride, and gets the lovely ball out to Bentancur. Kovalenko now on. Lovely header from Laporte. Higuain, lovely through ball to Kovalenko. Can he score? Petr Cech is there. Keeps it nice and calm. And we're going to go drop it down to standard. Highlight for us. Kolasinac, 10 minutes to go. Loads of highlights in this game. Coutinho, bit like the first leg. Coutinho into Lamar, into Aaron Ramsey. Can he get a shot away? No, he can't. Back to Goretzka. Goretzka back to Ramsey. Lovely through ball to Lacazette. Into Coutinho. Coutinho is there. I was going to bring him off. Wasn't playing particularly well, but he's repaid my faith with a goal. Lovely goal there from Philippe Coutinho. 5-1 on the night. 7-2 on aggregate. Ramsey and Goretzka. Goretzka really doing a great job here. Keeping the ball nice and composed. Same with Ramsey as well. Lacazette finds Coutinho. Coutinho, first time shot. 5-1 and 10 minutes to play. He is a bit tired, so we brought him off. Coutinho coming off for that. He's on an 8.8. Lacazette on a 9.3. Really destroyed this Juventus side, and we're coming in now to the final seconds of the half. But Lacazette is away through. Can he score another? No, he can't. Szczesny has had the beating of him on one-on-ones. Lacazette really only making goals from the penalty spot or second chances, and that is it. The ref has blown for full time. 5-1 on the night. 7-2 on aggregate, which is an absolute phenomenal showing for this Arsenal side. Really pleased with how we're playing. We'll leave the match and then we'll see who we get in the Champions League quarter-final stage. Here we go then, quarter-final draw of the Champions League. This is where it gets interesting. Big boys all left in the hat. They've got Atleti, Barca, City, Napoli, Chelsea, United and Paris Saint-Germain. So 4 English teams in the draw, 2 Spanish, an Italian and a French side. So let's see who is going to get who. Barcelona first out of the hat, and they will play Napoli. So Barca probably getting the easiest of the draws, to be fair. Arsenal, first game in the quarterfinal will be at home at the Emirates, and we will play Paris Saint-Germain. What a tie that will be. So we'll have to go away to Paris in the second leg and hopefully do the business there. We've got Chelsea against Atleti, and then the Manchester derby for the final quarterfinal tie, which is absolutely huge. Fantastic quarterfinal ties there. Let's see where that drops into our schedule and when we'll be back. So the next episode we are going to bring you is the 2 legs against Paris Saint-Germain in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. That will be the next episode that we'll bring you, and it will be a huge one. Both home and away leg. We're home first, so hopefully we can keep a clean sheet against their phenomenal attack and then go away to Paris and score some goals ourselves. But that is it for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss out on any more content that's going to come out. And until next time, when we bring you the quarter-final of the Champions League, I'll see you soon.